Whoopi Goldberg previously shut down a Michael Jackson conspiracy theory by his older sister LaToya while appearing on The View to discuss the death of her brother. In a recently resurfaced interview from 2011, LaToya opened up about the challenges her family was facing following the death of her brother. After reflecting on the relentless public scrutiny he endured during his lifetime, LaToya alleged that Michael, who died at age 50 after suffering from cardiac arrest caused by a fatal combination of drugs given to him by his personal doctor, was killed intentionally. During her appearance on the show, LaToya claimed that Michael had enough propofol in him to kill an elephant, and that somebody was in Michael's house outside of that doctor during that time. "That I do know," LaToya insisted to the hosts. "I know who that person was that was in his house." Goldberg then asked what that person was after. "He first told me, 'LaToya, they're going to kill me.' I said, 'Who, Michael?' First I thought, 'You're Michael Jackson, nobody in their right mind would ever think of doing anything like this to you.'" LaToya then recalled Michael allegedly telling her, "It's bigger than what you think," and that people were after his publishing and recording catalogs, which are currently valued at $1.2 billion. Sherri Shepherd then says, "I'm just kind of really intrigued because you say that there was somebody at his house, and you know who it was. Can you say who it was?" "No, I cannot say because there are other people in the house as well. I prefer not to say, at the moment," LaToya replied. "But I will say this, I would love to have a one-on-one with several people." Before she could finish her sentence, Goldberg interrupted LaToya by clearing her throat, seemingly signaling to LaToya not to say a name. When asked by Shepherd if other members of her family agree with her conspiracy theory, LaToya said, "Absolutely, are you kidding?" At the time, his estate released a statement to The View, which Shepherd read aloud that said, "The outrageous and obviously false statements made by LaToya Jackson are further examples of her willingness to say anything involving her brother for attention and money." The executors also added that they were appointed by Michael ahead of his death, and their success in generating unprecedented revenues from Michael's estate, coupled with their persevering protecting and enhancing Michael Jackson's legacy, speaks for itself. Recent fan comments are torn over Goldberg's actions, however, as they argued over whether Goldberg was protecting LaToya or if she allegedly knew the name of who LaToya was about to reveal. "Whoopi handled her," one person wrote on YouTube. Another asked, "Why would Whoopi hush LaToya up?" A third noticed that Joy Behar's face and way her hand moved toward Goldberg appeared to be reminding her fellow host not to be obvious. Jackson died on June 25, 2009, after suffering cardiac arrest in the Los Angeles mansion he was living in. Authorities in February 2010 deemed his death as the result of acute propofol intoxication. Jackson had been administered the powerful drug by his personal doctor, Dr. Conrad Murray, who told investigators that the singer called the substance, which he took via an IV drip, milk, and said he needed it to sleep. Murray's care of Jackson fell under scrutiny after the singer's death, amid questions about his judgment in giving Jackson the substance in certain doses and not meeting safety precautions in administering the drug. Jackson's death was ultimately deemed a homicide by investigators, and in November of 2011, more than 2 years after the entertainer's passing, Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter and sentenced to 4 years in prison. Jackson had an unprecedented career in music as one of the best-selling artists of all time, who won 13 Grammys over 38 nominations. Honors included Best Male R&B Vocal Performance on Don't Stop Till You Get Enough in 1980, Album of the Year for Thriller in 1984, and Record of the Year for Beat It the same year. He was also given the Grammy Legend Award in 1993 and posthumously the Recording Academy's Lifetime Achievement Award in 2010. He had been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2001.